So let's talk more about the content marketing as well, because content marketing is quite important. What would you what advice would you give to somebody who's either wanting to create content on top of what I've just said, that's already creating content or has just bought a site and wants to scale their site? What advice would you give to them? Because I've seen your content and it's top notch. Like, guys, go away and check out. Just Google Tim Soulo, his name, and you'll see that he's on a bunch of different blogs, and just the titles themselves are great. So don't copy his work. You may be able to model it, but for your own niche as well. But yeah, what are some of the advice that you would give, Tim, to people wanting to do that?
Yeah, so first of all, I really like how you say don't copy model. Like the famous saying goes, uh, artists don't great artists don't copy, they steal.
Yeah.
And what steal means is you make work your own. So by stealing, you're stealing from someone, but it becomes your own. So the thing is, you have to do something unique so that even if people would see that you kind of like someone influenced your work, it is your work, it is unique, you've stolen it, so you've added something that made it your own. uh, and the answer to this, how to like steal content, how to make someone's own work your own, is having your own expertise. So again, back to dental website. So if I were to buy a dental website, I'm not a dentist, right? So I cannot write articles with expertise and like cover the topics in a way that would benefit my readers, where they would get like sufficient information on the topic, because I have no idea about the topic. And they cannot just hire like a random copywriter who would go out, like read a bunch of articles about like dental stuff and be able to come up with an amazing article. That just doesn't happen. This is copying, this is not modeling.
Mm.
So what you can do to create great content, if you're not like, first of all, preferably you should be a subject matter expert yourself. So this is why like I would recommend people, if they're looking to buy websites, and especially if this is like their first website that they want to buy it in a niche that is as close to your interests as possible. And like preferably, if you have some hobby, try to buy a website like within that fits your hobby, because this way you'll have great understanding what kind of content should be there, what is good content, what is bad content, etc. But then if you're branching out to other topics, if you're building your like website empire in niches where you're not specifically an expert, what you can do is you can hire experts to help you. So whatever industry you're in, there are consultants. Uh, Even like if someone is not like consultant like officially, for example, if there's some dentist and they're not doing consulting, they're just doing their work, you can still pay for their time and like do an interview with them. Like for example, like we're doing interview with you now. Uh, Almost no one would deny like free exposure. So if you approach some dentist and like offer them to talk about some topics that are of interest to you that you want to cover on your website, and you will give them credit, they will say yes. So yeah, if you want to create great content, either you have to be subject matter expert or you have to involve subject matter experts. Sometimes they would be happy to do it for free, like in exchange for exposure and all that. But usually, for example, at Hrefs, we try to respect work of others. So whenever we ask for like from someone to contribute to our article, and I'm not just talking about like a simple like one paragraph quote, but actually like review our article, add their thoughts, etc., we would pay for their time. So this is just the right thing to do. So if you want to build a website that would outperform everyone else in terms of quality of content, depth of content, uh, just like find subject matter experts and pay for their consulting. So you might have copywriters who would actually write the articles, but then you need to have subject matter experts who would provide like the meat of the content, some unique things and ideas, and who would also offer their credibility. Because if you have quotes from people who have like some titles in the field or whatever, your articles become like one like 300% more credible. One great example of this is there's a blog called Wait but Why. It's a pretty popular blog. It covers like all sorts of topics, and the guy wrote an article about artificial intelligence but he's not a expert on an artificial intelligence. So what he did is he talked to Elon Musk, who's one of the like top people in the field, like one of the pioneers of artificial intelligence, and has a good understanding of the top level. It's not like the bottom level things where you would actually code it, but the top level things like where it is all going, what are the
The
threats, etc.
principles and the
And he wrote,
strategies rather than
yeah,
the
yeah, exactly.
tactics.
And he
Yeah.
published an article that was like that came to be out of his conversations with Elon Musk. So the guy, like, he wasn't an expert in artificial intelligence, but right now everyone is referring to his article because he kind of co-wrote it with Elon Musk. So this is what I'm offering people to do.
Yeah, and Elon basically is a robot himself. He's just so smart. I reckon there's some sort of AI going on in the back of his brain anyway. But
Yeah.
I love this concept as well. This is basically a huge part of what Jim Collins writes about in Good to Great. It's not about, where the bus is going to go. It's about having the right people on the bus. And if you have the right people on the bus, which we mean those experts, like you said, you could pay them, right? Or you could do an interview with them, or you could give them accreditation, whichever way that's going to be value for them on their end as well. But the main idea is having those right people on the content bus with you to create something that's not just good but very valuable. Otherwise, it's not going to get shared like this article has, and it's not going to get the traffic. We want to make something so good that it's not just at the top of the Google, but people are posting on social media saying, well, holy crap, like Elon Musk said this about that,
Yes.
that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.